reminding you to be good. And by good, I mean get out of debt and achieve your financial dreams. A common request I've had recently is to go over my trading plan that I have posted on the website. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to do that. This is March 10th, and we are actually in the afternoon session. So I may jump over to look at a day trade if one is posted. So Angie and Dad, feel free to interrupt me if someone posts a day trade or if you see something setting up. But otherwise, we'll talk about the trading plan that I have posted. And I guess the first step is to get people to the trading plan. So here's our website. If you click on articles, you get our big list of articles. And then right here it says Real Life Trading Day Trade Journal. And if you click on that, it takes you to the master log, which eventually we're going to change where this points to, because there are now more interesting tabs on this spreadsheet than this is. But if you go down here to the tabs and you click on this arrow, that'll send you all the way to the right. Let's see, I'm watching my computer monitor to see when all that catches up. There will be one here that says Brad's Day Trade Plan. And so if we click on that, you'll see I've got a couple of rules up here. Never enter a trade if a stock has already hit a target or closed the gap. Never settle in less than a beautiful gap. Okay, not to trade, even if that means I won't hit my goal. So at the end of February, I started forcing some stuff and it did not work out well. So I decided to add a rule to remind myself not to do that. Never enter a trade if it's making new highs or new lows against the edge. And then limit myself on the number of trades. So the first type of trade that I do is called a perfect gap and go. Now this is described in Jeremy's videos on the Real Life Trading website. If you go to reallifetrading.com, come on internet, you can do it. And then click here on day trading up here in the middle. There are 4 videos. Class 1, Class 2, Class 3, Class 4 down here at the bottom. And Jeremy will talk about the difference between a retest gap, a gap and go, and a perfect gap and go. But a perfect gap and go, and I also trade a gap and go this way, if the 2-minute high and low are less than about 1 or 2% of the stock price, which is ideal, then my trigger to get in is the 2-minute high or low. So if it gapped up and I'm bullish on it, then my entry would be a buy stop at the 2-minute high. My protective stop would be a sell stop at the 2-minute low. And then my first target would be 2R, whatever that may be. After it triggers, I will trail my stop at the swing highs or lows. So if I'm bullish, I would look for actual swing lows and drag my stop. So I can actually make this highs / lows. EMAs or other support resistance area, I don't really do that much anymore. It's really more the swing highs or lows. But I don't know, there's always things that can happen. Let's see, so I'm looking at the 1-minute chart to get those. After about 30 to 60 minutes, I'll switch over to a 5-minute chart while trailing my stop. Let's see, I can add something in here, and I will. Target 2 is high of day. Actually, you know what, on a perfect gap and go, that usually does not exist. So I'll just keep on talking about what's here. If there is a 2-minute high or low and the move and the stock has moved more than 1 or 2% of the stock price, then I'm going to wait for some sort of reversal. Love it when the EMAs come in, but look for a bounce or support resistance to break before trading it any further. And the main reason for that is if the distance from my trigger to my stop is more than 2% of the stock price, that means that my target is going to be somewhere around 6 or 7 or 8% move. And in a day, for a perfect gap and go, that's possible. But for most stocks, that's asking for a lot. So I would much rather get a tighter entry to stop loss, and that would be my plan. Again, trail my stop at the swing highs or lows. And if the stock has more than about 5%, edge may be lost. So it's very important for me that my 2R target is within that range And if no setup is found on a gap and go after about 30 minutes, then trade it like a retest gap. Now on a retest gap, I usually wait about 20 or 30 minutes. I do sometimes trade it off of 1 minute, sometimes off of 5 minute, but I'm looking for a reversal off of the 10 exponential, sometimes the 20 exponential, or key support resistance. I'm looking for a bounce. So the entry, I like the entry to be at least 2 pennies beyond any support and resistance. And the same thing for the exit. I like 2 pennies. And the reason for that is it decreases the amount of slippage I may get significantly. Again, target 1 is going to be 2R, and I want that to be before the high or low of the day, whichever direction I'm trading. And that's what this one says. Target must be within the daily high or low unless both the entry is on a retest of a daily high or low. And here's a link because there was an example yesterday. So I copied that link, and you can click on that link and see the picture. Also, the team needs to feel that the edge is strong and there's room to move. The edge is strong sometimes has to do with analyzing volume. It sometimes has to do with analyzing the quality of the gap. Room to move has to do with some of this previous discussion that if there's more than about a 5% move in a stock, or if it's already moved a lot, and my 2R target is asking this thing to do 6, 7, 8, 9% move for the entire day, then it may be unlikely for it to get there. So then I would pull this trade off. I like increasing volume to confirm the direction. Again, same as before, I trail the stop at my swing highs or lows or EMAs, or if I see other support resistance. I guess support resistance is another way to say swing highs or lows. And sometimes I watch the volume. If the edge may be decreasing, I may get into a swing high or low just a tiny bit sooner. Questions, thoughts about my trading plan? Feel free to type those in, but that's the way I do it. Pretty soon I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put some examples like this one where you can click on the link and see examples of where I traded a perfect gap and go, or a gap and go that I waited for a retest. And then of course this would be a retest gap, and then this will be an example of where I traded a breakout of the high or low of the day. All righty, well, thank you for your time. Be sure to create a plan that works for you. And if you don't know how to create a trading plan, there's one here right here that says 7 steps to building your own trading strategy. It talks about back trading and how to collect data and take a look and make sure that the rules that you write are right for you, because the rules that are correct for me may be different for you. So be sure you create a strategy that works for you. And as always, trade on logic, not on hope. Thank you very much.